Alrighty, here we go. We're going to do a head replacement on this Briggs and Stratton here. The valve sleeve came out and got a little damage, so we're going to do... The customer didn't want to repress the valve seat in and repin it, and so we're just going to do a full head replacement is what he wants to do. And we're going to see if we can get all the important steps here for you so you can do this at home on your own. Save a whole boatload of money because shops charge a lot to do this. Big pain in the butt is getting these header bolts off, and then that bottom steel cover bolt is probably the hardest part of this whole thing. Just no room under there. But I'm going to mainly leave this cover right where it is, but we're just going to loosen up the bolts, get that one bolt out of the head that's on the bottom of that steel cover. Get the header off. Get the intake removed. Remove the bolts completely out of that left side intake, and then the right side we're just going to loosen. We'll remove this heat shield, this muffler mount, or whatever you want to call it. Give us a lot more room to access that bottom intake bolt. And if you've never done this before, take lots of pictures. That way you remember exactly where everything goes. I'm just going to loosen up this side just so we get that intake to move out of the way just enough. All right, head bolts are coming out. I'm going to forget one here, hit it with the hammer and be like, oh, whoops. Oh, yep, we got to get that linkage loosened up. Now the head bolts are coming out. Alright, I think I got them all. Hit it with the hammer. Nope, don't got them all. One more, there's one hiding in there. There we go. And for this job, if you're replacing the head, you want to buy a new head gasket. And it'd probably be good to get a new intake gasket as well for that side. I'm going to hit this with some sandpaper real quick after I cleaned off that head gasket, just to get any debris off. I'm really not scoring the top of that block at all or damaging it. I'm just kind of cleaning it up, getting gasket material off. All right, let's assemble these rockers here. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get some Loctite on these bolts, but I think that there's a little bit of pre-assembled Loctite on there. Snug these down, then I'll crank them down with the ratchet. Make sure they're good and tight, not going to come out of there. Okay, let's get this new cylinder head in. Slide that head gasket in behind it. Make sure you line it up on the dowels. And I'm going to just softly tighten these two bolts up to hold everything in place. I think I'll come back and loosen those here in a moment. You'll see. Just to make sure all the bolts go in smoothly. This customer wasn't sure if he wanted to throw this machine away or buy a new mower, and he had no idea how expensive new mowers were. And after getting this thing all repaired and put back together, it sounds great. It's got a lot more years left on this engine. It sounds perfect. He's taking care of it. This valve stem is a problem. It's just I see tons of these stems come out. It's just a huge issue Briggs and Stratton has had over the years. Nothing the customer did. All right, get all these snug down super well. Get these push rods in. Make sure you get the bottom of that push rod on the lifter. It's easy to miss it. Okay, we're going to find top dead center compression, not top dead center overlap. Make sure you're on top dead center compression, and then you're going to adjust your rockers. I think it's 4 to 6 thousandths for clearance is what you want. If you've never done this before, it's going to take a couple of tries to get it just right. I think on this one I lucked out. Got it on try number 2. Perfect. Okay. Everything's going to be going back together here. Get the intake on. Snug everything down with the impact, and I'll come back with the ratchet. Make sure everything's good and tight. And the customer is watching me on this entire job. So me and him just kind of chit chat through the whole thing. Takes me about an hour and a half to do, I think, something like that. Okay, let's get this linkage tightened back up. Don't forget that. All right, valve cover, make sure it's nice and clean. Make sure the gasket is not damaged. Probably best to replace that gasket so it doesn't leak on you. Again, come back with the ratchet. Make sure everything is good and snug. Get that bottom bolt. Such a pain in the butt. Probably took me a full 5 minutes on that one bolt. New spark plugs. Very good. Okay, always check the oil. Make sure there's adequate oil in the machine, especially after an expensive repair. Don't run it out of oil like everyone does. Okay, let's see if the job worked here. Let's take a listen to how she sounds. And it sounds great. Another happy customer. Yeehaw.